Hello, welcome children. Today we will do another chapter from your literature book, that is Honeycomb, Fire, Friend and Foe. So before starting this very topic, we all know that we are very much aware with the word fire. It is a very familiar thing to us because it is a very familiar thing for us, as we cannot live without fire, as we do cooking in fire so that we can have a food, cooked food, and also we use for various purposes. But this fire is friend also, and at the same time it will turn to be enemy if it is out of control. So let us see, before we start reading. Fire is both useful and dangerous. What is fire? How did we discover it? So fire is a source of energy which is used for burning the things, for producing heat and light. And also we know it was discovered uh, means through the chemical reaction, or by rubbing the two means stones, as done by the early men. And how do we control it? All these things we will come to know. Now, early man didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. So we know that early man, they were not knowing what fire was, but they might have seen the damage which was caused by the fire. So he must have watched the lightning and the volcanoes, which uh, means was there naturally before he used fire himself. So fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. So fire may have puzzled early man, but now we know that fire is the result of a chemical reaction. When the oxygen in the air, it combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. So energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we called fire. So we know that oxygen is there in the air, and which combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, and a chemical reaction takes place. So this energy which comes out is in the form of heat and light, and it is released in this process. So this is what we call fire. Three things are needed to make fire. What are they? Fuel, oxygen and heat. Wood, coal, cooking gas and petrol are some examples of fuel. So we use wood to burn things, coal, cooking gas and all these things are the examples of fuel which creates fire. Oxygen comes from the air. That is why when you blow on smoldering paper, smoldering is when you means burning slowly without flame. Okay, so when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. Fuel and oxygen, they do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire of its own. So third thing which is used to create a fire or to make a fire is heat. So fuel and oxygen, they do not make fire by themselves, or else we can see a newspaper which is lying, or a stick which is lying open, but oxygen is there, it would have caught fire. To burn a piece of paper or wood, okay, we heat it before it catches fire. We generally do it with a lighted match. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. So there is a particular temperature which is required to burn it. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. It is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. Means it will serve you very nicely, but if it becomes like a master, if it becomes like a bad master, it is very much harmful. It only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control. For instance, we use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter and to generate electricity. But on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. Each year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed and hundreds of people are killed or injured. So these are the various dangerous things which fire can have if it is out of control. So homes and shops, they are damaged. Vast areas of forest, they are also destroyed. You may have seen, might have seen in the news also that certain forests, they catch fire itself, so it burns the entire forest. So vast areas, they are also destroyed and hundreds of people, they are killed or injured. Just as three things are needed to start a fire, there are three main ways in which a fire can be put out. In each one of the three things needed for burning is taken away. So we should take away all those things which help it in burning. For example, we can take away the fuel. If the fire has no fuel to feed on, no burning can take place. So better way is to keep the fuel away from it. We often let a fire die out simply by not adding more fuel to it. The second way of putting out a fire is to prevent oxygen from reaching it. So we should not see that it is getting in touch with the oxygen which is there in the air. No supply of oxygen means no fire. Small fires can be put out or smothered with a damp blanket. So damp blanket which is dipped in water, we can use, or a sack. Okay, we can dip it, which is made of jute. We can dip in the water, dissolve in the water, and we can use to just put the fire off. This stops the oxygen. So this will let the oxygen not reach it, stop the oxygen supply reaching the burning material. Sometimes the carbon dioxide is used to extinguish fire. We have seen there are kept the fire extinguishers at places, near the office, in the school, in the apartment, to control the fire. It does not allow oxygen to reach the burning material. The third way of putting out a fire is to remove the heat. Okay, if the temperature can be brought down below the flash point, the fuel stops burning. You blow on a burning matchstick or a candle to put it out. In doing so, you remove the hot air around the flame, bringing down its temperature below the flash point, and the candle goes out. So you blow on a burning matchstick or a candle to put it out. So in doing so, we remove the hot air which is around the flame, and by this the temperature goes down and below the flash point, and the candle goes out. So sometimes water is sprayed on a fire. It absorbs the heat from the burning fuel and lowers the temperature. The blanket of water also cuts off the supply of oxygen, and the fire is extinguished. Some fires cannot be put out with water. So if water is sprayed onto an oil fire, the oil will float to the top of the water and continue to burn. This can be very dangerous. So we should not spray water onto the oil, like the oil which has caught fire. Otherwise the oil will flow and the top of the water, and it will continue to burn, and it will, whichever things it will catch fire. This can be very dangerous because water can flow quickly, carrying the burning oil with it and spreading the fire. Water should also not be used on fires caused by electrical appliances. The person spraying the water might receive an electric shock and be killed. So if any electrical appliances has caught fire, we should not spray it on it, because it may create an electrical shock, and also we may killed. A carbon dioxide extinguisher is the best thing for fight an electrical fire. We spend millions of rupees each year in fighting fires, and we spend more trying to find new ways of preventing the fires from happening and getting out of control. On the whole, we have learned rather well to control fire and put it in good use in our everyday life. Long ago, there was no fireman. When fire broke out, everybody became a firefighter. People formed human chains. They still do it if required and passed buckets of water from well or a pond to just put off the fire. Now, there are laws about building construction which ensure that space is left between the building to reduce the fire risk. So, now the rule has come that between the two buildings there should be so much of distance that if one building catches the fire, the other one should not be affected by it. Every new building, especially a public place, must ensure the observance of fire prevention norms. So, they should have proper prevention norms to prevent it from catching the fire. Bands of firefighting workers with special equipment known as fire brigades are there to put out fires. Firefighters are highly trained people. They possess many skills. They cut off electricity supply, knock down the dangerous walls, spray water and other materials to bring fire under control. They are also trained in first aid so that they can help people suffering from burns off from the effects of smoke. The discovery of fire and its uses helped early man to cope with nature better and gradually adopt a settled mode of life. Fire is still worshipped in many parts of the world. Fire is indeed a friend, but as we know, it can be a dangerous enemy once it gets out of control. So children, I hope this was very easy chapter. You can go through it. It is easy terms or easy words have been used. Just read the chapter thoroughly and try to do the given exercises in book. So till then, thank you.